The Premier League is a very interesting league. When you focus on the top half of the table, or the top 2, or the top 4, you might be carried away. You'll be looking at Arsenal challenging City, or rather City chasing Arsenal. You see Newcastle and United trying to maintain their grip and on their hold, that firm grip on the top 4. And then you'll be seeing the likes of Brighton, Tottenham just lurking around somewhere. But where the main and interesting battle is the bottom half of the table. At 10th is Fulham on 39 points, Chelsea 11th on 39 points. Yes, you heard that right, Chelsea 11th. And then we've got Crystal Palace and so on. That's where the battle is. Crystal Palace on 30 points, they're 12th. And way down at 18th, we have Bournemouth on 27 points. Very interesting league. You're welcome to another episode of Strictly Sports. My name is Johnbinho and I've got Rotimi all the way from Leicester. I call him Leicester Man. He's with me. Prior to us starting this episode, we're just discussing about some of the things happening in the Premier League. And he asked me, what is wrong with Chelsea? You get? And am I comfortable with the way Chelsea sack and hire and do different things? Is it something that I'm okay with? Okay, talking about Chelsea and their style of hiring and sacking managers. I'm a results-based person, and I always believe in this fact that if your method and your result is working for you, then you just continue to go with it until it stops working for you. Since the year 2000, that's since we entered a new century, Chelsea has won more trophies than every other English team. So even though they are sacking managers and hiring managers, however they like, they've been able to win a lot of titles doing that. Tuchel came in during half this, like at the half point of a season or thereabouts, and he won the Champions League for Chelsea. And now the man who Tuchel replaced has come to replace the man who replaced Tuchel. Football, very, very funny thing. But the focus for us is basically the way things are in the second half of the table, right? Chelsea on 39 points, and then the rest of the teams: Crystal Palace, Leeds, Wolves, West Ham, Everton, Forest, Bournemouth, separated by just 3 points. Bournemouth are 18th, Crystal Palace are 12th, and then Leicester City. That's where you come in now. What do you think is wrong with Leicester City, right?
I think if you look at Leicester City from the way the season began, I think they were sabotaging the team. The owners have been sabotaging the team for a while now. We saw where they let their centre-back, their best centre-back last year, go to Chelsea, and they did not replace him. They let Fofana go. They also let their long-term Centurion goalkeeper in Kasper Schmeichel. They let him go. They knew that the team was getting older. You have people like Albrighton, Vardy, people that we knew that if you got 5 goals from Vardy this year, it's like you are milking an old cow. Like, you really should not be depending on these players. And then they made a weird decision to let Jose Perez go on loan in January on deadline day. So like it's been a very strange management by the ownership. And we've had these subtle jibes. We've heard these subtle jibes from Bernard Rodgers in the press conferences, talking about how he's making the best of what he has. And then you now let a manager that has performed so well in the past couple of years go. It's kind of like they want to get relegated, and it's really surprising because I wouldn't really see any upside in wanting to go down. Like, it's been really disappointing, and taking the feeling around Leicester City, people are not really happy with like Rodgers leaving the club. So it's a decision they will come to regret, and I think they're definitely going down. Like, momentum and all these things are just against them, so I don't think any manager will be able to keep them up.
Okay, but talking about them definitely going down, they're just 5 points away, not even 5 points from safety. They are practically 2 points from safety.
Yes, but they don't even look as if they are going to pick up points anyway. I think in their last, in their last 8 games, they've picked up 1 point. Basically, their last 7 Premier League games, they've picked up 1 point. They don't look like picking up points anywhere. They've had 2 red cards in that span. And even the game where they drew, Brentford had a red card in it. They were looking to in that end. So they don't look to be able to pick up points anywhere, not even if they were going to go to Southampton. So I think they're definitely going down.
Okay, so that's interesting. But me, I just believe if they get a point, if they get a win in their next game, it could just change the course of things for them. That's just what I believe. Well, you know, the way this thing is not necessarily what you believe. It's how that team is playing at the point. They're going to be playing Bournemouth. Bournemouth are their fellow relegation contenders, contenders rather. So Bournemouth are 18th, 27 points. Minus 30 goals difference, and they are on 19, 25 points, minus 11 goals difference. So all they have to do is defeat Bournemouth and hope that Forest lose to Aston Villa, who are firing in all cylinders. Then that gets them away from the relegation zone. So it's just a merry-go-round, or will I say, everybody's just doing their own thing here. So if you lose points this weekend, you drop, and then if probably you gain points, you see yourself out of the relegation zone and kind of like smiling, at least for the rest of the week. But that's an interesting one. And who are you putting your money on? No, not your money on now, because yeah. But who are the people that you believe will be dropping? People are saying Southampton based on the morale in the team. I know that Southampton might just drop. I'm not do well. So what do you think?
I think Chelsea's definitely going down. I'm just kidding. I do want Chelsea to go down, but realistically, I think Leicester, like I said, Southampton. Okay. The thing is, they are one of the few teams that are in the relegation scrap that actually have a style of play. They have a way out of the tunnel. They see a light at the end of the tunnel, but then again, they are so far away from safety. They are 3 points. They are 4 points away from 17th, and the morale on the team has looked so disastrous. The players are not exactly playing for the badge, but they have a style of play. They don't lose 50 balls on the pitch. So they look like one of those teams that can easily pick up 3 points in back-to-back weekends and jump to safety. So surprisingly, I would say Leicester, Bournemouth, and a big club. I don't know who. It could be Everton, it could be West Ham, could be Wolves, but there's this feeling around that I get that one of these big teams is just going to not have what it
But
takes.
talking about Everton, I missed you there. I didn't get you there. So Everton, you mentioned Everton. Everton have Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche seems to know, unless things just didn't work out well like the other time at Burnley, but Sean Dyche seems to know his way around the relegation battles and how to survive.
Yes, but you need to have your weapons. It's like the guy is like a Spartan general going to war with a whip. You need to have the weapons to be able to fight, and I don't think Sean Dyche has his proper weapons. Although he has them, Wilkin, Tarkowski, but he doesn't have his battling forward in the front line to help him get those goals. If you look at them as a team, their losses have come in games where they haven't been able to get sight at goal. If you look at their loss to Aston Villa, they really could have won that game because in the beginning they looked dangerous, but they just didn't have. And Calvert-Lewin, we know he has the hamstring problem, so it's not someone you can depend on. And then you have the boy Chelsea wanted, Gordon. I don't really see what the hype is about. And then you are expecting Alex Iwobi to be your creative force. So just looking at that team doesn't feel like they have the weapons that Sean Dyche is used to in his Burnley tenure. So who knows? It's possible because he knows a way to scrap out results, but I just don't think he has the weapons. So I think it's highly likely that they are in and around the scrap, but I also think they won't go down. They might be just 1 point away from relegation zone when it's all said and done, but I don't think they will go down. If I were to say
and there's one thing.
It might be Wolves or Leeds.
Okay, Wolves or Leeds going down. Okay, I'm looking at one team that I'm almost certain are not going to go down because they have a seasoned veteran with them, the Warrior himself, Roy Hodgson. That's Crystal Palace.
Palace. The thing is, Palace. I think they lost their best player to injury this last game, right? Zaha.
That's Zaha, yeah.
And without Zaha, do you really see them being able to pick up points? I don't see it. Like, it's just some teams that I don't really see where the points are going to come from, where the goals are going. Do you expect Ayew to score goals, or where do you really see it coming from? Like, they might be able to keep the opposition out, but you need to score goals to win games or even draw sometimes. So how will they stay up without the creativity and goals of Zaha?
If you ask me now, what I go ask? That's an interesting one. All right, so that's just it. Yes, so that's just it basically for the relegation battle. I don't want us to go too deep because I know people will want to listen.
But we didn't talk about Chelsea now. We didn't talk about Chelsea.
Yeah. Like I said at one point, I said Chelsea are top of the table if you're looking at it from the second page. From the second half of the table. Chelsea. It's quite embarrassing.
You are first among the rest.
Yes, first among the rest. It's quite embarrassing the state of Chelsea right now. But you know the way it is, Chelsea always have a way of bouncing back. It's usually after the seasons like this that they go on to probably win the league or win the Champions League.
But what has been so scary about this Chelsea team is that even in a season where they've been so terrible, they've only conceded 30 league goals. They have, I think, the fourth best defense in the Premier League. It's just
and the problem has been attacker. Yes.
And it's because of Graham Potter now. Could you explain to me why Potter had a striker in Aubameyang? He dropped him instead using Havertz, and then he got João Felix.
Even the young boy that Fofana has shown promise. He's not using him. He's not giving him any chance.
Even when he got Havertz, when he got João Felix, he still used Havertz up top. What is his obsession with using Havertz up top? What is it?
So I don't know, and I don't understand. I think we would see what Lampard will do, and then we will now understand. Maybe there's an air in Stamford Bridge that maybe when they go there and they inhale that air, they start misbehaving. But that's the bottom line. But let's just see how that turns out. Would want to wrap up here, and we hope to be more consistent. We always make these promises, and sometimes adulting catches up with us, and we're not able to keep up with promises.
Hopefully, we'll be back here again next week recording another episode.
Yes, hopefully, so that we can tackle other things that matter. Maybe at that point in time, the table might have gotten a bit of a shake and would be focusing more on the upper half of the table where we're talking about the top battle for the top four.
Race. Yes.
Yeah,
I think by this time next week we'll have a clearer picture. It's even possible that Manchester United might be out of the top four, which is my
top four. Possible, yeah. Possible. All right, because all it takes is for them to lose and Tottenham win, and then Tottenham have a superior goals difference there. But they still have a match in hand, though. They have a game in hand.
Yes. But I really want my out of the top four.
Yeah, because you support us now, and then you live in Leicester, you support Leicester.
I'm a certified hater.
I know. We know where it's coming from. Well, it is what it is. Thank you very much, Rotimi, for being a part of this, all the way from Leicester.
Thank you for having me, John. Thank you for having me.
All right. So there you have it. We've been talking about the relegation battle in the English Premier League. It's Johnbinho here with Rotimi. Thank you very much for staying with us all through this episode. Don't forget to spread kindness around wherever you find yourself, and bye for now.